Okay, here we are at the Spanish Fork Public Library. This is the young adult section. That's kind of just a little brief look at it right there. And we're just really close to where the front doors are, just over there. So here we'll come in. There are two catalog lookup computers here that I think are just mainly supposed to be used for catalog searching. Some posters, some fun magazines, a couple of highlighted books, including some other stuff for the summer reading program. Here on this wall, right as you come in, this sign, young adult here. And then we've got a little bit of barstool seating, the copier right there. And then we'll come down, these are the stacks. So this is, I think mainly fiction. I think most of the non-fiction is actually just in non-fiction. They don't house any of that here. So kind of some fun signs. Something I really like about the way that the library structures how they shelf things is they have these fun stickers with the 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5, whatever number it is in the series. I think that's really helpful for teens and other patrons that are looking for the next book in the series or the first book in a series. Kind of fun. This nice table here, kind of butted up against the nonfiction shelves there for some reading space. And then over this way, got a few line-up computers that are for any patron, but it's right here by the YA section. This is just another set of shelves here for more YA fiction. This used to not be here. It used to be much smaller. This used to be large print, if I remember correctly, when I worked here for a little bit. So they've definitely expanded some of their offerings for YA students. And then this is kind of fun. They just moved this over here. This is all of the graphic novels and manga that they have available at the library. So kind of a fun addition to the library, which I think is really great. They have these stickers that differentiate those. The little graphic novel red sticker there, which I think that's great, so that students that are really, or kids that are really interested in this can kind of look that up and see those specifically. So yeah, this is kind of the YA space here. Not a whole lot of seating or individual computers available, but definitely has expanded since I first started here. So drinking fountain right there. And again, now this is in the Spanish Fork Public Library. Okay, so now that we've gone through and kind of done a little brief tour of the space, I'm just going to talk about a few of the issues or problems I see with the space. So we're going to come over this way again, and I think one of my biggest issues with this space is our lack of seating. There's just the 2 tables here, or 2 chairs here, the bar stool table, and the only other seating is this seating here available. And I think that it's more general library and not teen specific, plus it's very conference-y feeling, and I think that both of these seating areas are not exactly super teen friendly and not that big. I mean, of course this library is small, but it just doesn't seem as cozy as or welcoming for teens as I think it could be. I mean, I think this is a little trendy, but I think it also doesn't really play to teens that might not be able to get up onto a bar stool or don't feel like that's very comfortable. I know they used to have some beanbags here, but they're not here anymore. My next kind of thing I've noticed with this this space is our lack of technology. Of course, we have these 2 computers here to look up the catalog search kind of thing, and then over here we've got the computers, kind of that line of computers right here. That's right here by the space, but it's not teen specific, and they don't really have any technology that's only for teens here. Everything is available for everyone, and there's nothing specified for just teens. They do have a really wide selection of books. It's been, like I said earlier, been really expanding lately, which is great. But I don't think that they have enough, I don't know, like helpful signage to show what things are. There are a few things. I'll come back here so you can see. There are a few like little end cap things right there, like YA fiction, these call numbers to these call numbers, and that's the way it is on all of them. But it's very it's helpful, but not as helpful as I think it could be, or as teen oriented as I think it could be. Same thing with this section down here that I talked about earlier with the manga and comic books and graphic novels. I just think that there's so much space above this this shelving unit here that I think is being underutilized, because I think it could be a lot of fun, helpful signage to help patrons understand what this area is a little bit better, and how it can be good for them, or something that they might be interested in using. The flooring is actually new, which I think it actually looks really great. I like the flooring. I think it's very fun. I think the flooring's fun. It's the same throughout, though, throughout the entire library. It just continues all the way down to the end of the library and downstairs in the children's section, so it doesn't really differentiate. It's just the same, but it does look nice. The lighting, you'll notice we've got some kind of fun lights, and then a few just plain lighting here. It's good. I think the lighting's fine. As far as like being able to look at the books and be able to see them better, I think that it works. It serves purpose. It's not really, I don't love or hate it, I guess. I wish that it were a little bit more fun and more like teen centric, but it's okay. The teen space, like I said, doesn't really have a lot of seating, and the only windows are these, which they have closed right now because it's a little hot in Utah at this time, so they've closed a lot of the windows, but that's a lot of natural light normally. But it doesn't really reach back here into the stacks because it's kind of tucked behind here. So those are a few observations and issues that I noticed as I was walking through this space, that I think that the library could improve upon. And I think that they have so much. I mean, look at this white wall here above the drinking fountain right next to the graphic novel collection. I really think that there's so much underutilized wall space. There's a whole wall here by this window. Just so much underutilized space. Even the end caps, there's only a few little things I think that they could really use to highlight some teen artwork or other teen centric things, if they got some ideas from the teens about what they might want to put or use on this space. I know, again, some underutilized space up here at the top of the shelves that could highlight or exhibit some teen work or teen teen-centered kind of things that they could put up there. That would be great, but some underutilized space there. So I think that that's actually probably my biggest issue, is the seating, lack of seating, and the lack of, teen-filled, teen feeling that I feel like should prevail in a teen space. I think that the books are here. They have a really wide collection that they've been really working on, and the lighting is fairly nice. The carpet is new, like I said, but there's definitely a lack of teen-driven decorations or seating or other additions to the space that I wish were here. So, of course, I'll probably discuss more about this in my paper about issues and possible solutions, but these are just a few things that I noticed as I was walking through this section of the library. And yeah, just kind of one last look at it all, I guess, before we leave. Oh, I guess one more thing I was thinking about. The sign over here is a little dated. That's the other thing. It's very dated. It doesn't really, it's been here for a while. I remember it. And it doesn't really convey the teenness of this area. I think it could be switched out, made it a little more playful. So that's kind of it right now for this space.